Hello there and welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I'm your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. Now, welcome to the back office of the Chap's Guide. This is where I edit my videos and answer any emails and comments that you guys send me. So now you see a bit more about what goes on. The reason I'm here today is because I'm going to use the computer to order something which I'm rather excited about, and I'll show you what I'm doing as we do it. Because I've been approached by online custom clothier Hockerty, and they've asked me if I'd be interested in giving their custom suit ordering process a try. And as I've never had any made-to-measure or custom clothing created using the internet before, or quite frankly anywhere before, it's going to be quite an interesting and rather exciting prospect for me, and we're going to share that together. Now, you will recall I did trial a pair of chukka boots through the Hockerty custom footwear program earlier in the year. That turned out to be a very profitable process. I've really enjoyed those boots and they've been working rather well for me. So I have high hopes for their custom suit and other clothes process. Now, just a reminder that Hockerty have been around over 10 years now, so they are quite established in the custom online clothing sort of community. Most people will be familiar with them, probably leading the industry really at the point that they are. They were founded a decade ago by 3 young entrepreneurs who found it difficult to find high quality clothing at an approachable price. And as a consequence, they set out and created Hockerty as an online made-to-measure company. Since that time, they have, I believe, according to their statistics, served the needs of over 250,000 customers with up to 1 million items of customized clothing. So, they're not amateurs at this. They've been doing it for some time. One would imagine they've cracked the secret to get custom clothes just right. They also ship all over the world. I believe they send their products to something like 140 plus countries. So wherever you are, it's a system, it's a process which is going to be available to you. So I'm rather looking forward to giving it a try. So why would somebody need to use a custom clothier? What's the benefit? When you could just typically go into a store, try on a suit, it'll fit you fairly well, you may get it adjusted, and then you've got exactly what you want. Why would you go that step higher and walk into the premium world? Because generally speaking, it is more expensive to get a made-to-measure item. Well, for me, there are 2 reasons that would attract me into that style of buying sartorial items. The first is obviously, and the most importantly, the fit. When it comes to quality clothing, the fit is everything. The best suit in the world will look nothing at all upon you if it doesn't fit very well. With custom clothes, with made to measure, you are supplying the company with a vast range of your individual measurements, and they're producing an item for you which is exactly to your needs. It is, using the old term, bespoke. It's going to fit you in a way that it'll fit nobody else. It's not like going into a store and trying on something which is marked as medium, because medium is different for different people. Whereas when you use a custom clothier, they are producing that item to your exact size. It should fit you like a glove. So you're getting an item which is unique, and its fit to you should be perfect. Now, the second item, or the second reason, I should say, that I think you would go down the made-to-measure route is the customization. Because as you will see in a moment, when I order a suit, you can specify so many individual little nuances to that suit that it will be utterly individual to you. You're never going to bump into somebody wearing exactly the same configuration of suit that you've ordered using a system like Hockerty's, because you can change and alter so many things to your personal taste. So when you add it up to the perfect fit and the item which marries with your vision of your sartorial style that you're trying to put across, because of those many different elements of customization, you've got something which should be special, should fit you perfectly, and then, you know, it's exactly what you want. So let's go ahead and see what we can find by ordering online. Okay, so here we are. This is the entry page into the Hockerty website, the portal where we're going to order our suit. Of course, I'm using Hockerty UK, and let's have a look. Let us see. I did have a quick look through here just to see some of the things that I may be interested in. Now, for me, I'm going to order a suit, and I only have a small number of three-piece suits. So I'm going to go for a three-piece suit, I've decided. So here we go. Let's just get rid of some of these little pop-ups, and we can see what we're going to be looking at. So let's get started, shall we? Let's design a three-piece suit. Prices start from £259, which seems fairly reasonable if we get something decent. But let's have a look. Now, there are, as you can see, 181 separate fabrics that we're able to choose from here. And the range is extensive. Everything from light fabrics, which would be ideal for summer clothing, to dark fabrics, tweeds even, as you can see here. Obviously, the price varies depending upon the quality of the fabric that you choose. So there's a great deal of choice. In fact, so much choice, you don't really know where to look. If you are having difficulty in making a decision over the fabric, it is possible to send off and have a swatch of the clothing sent to you, the fabric, so that you can make a decision based on that. I think they charge £5, I think, for up to 5 separate samples of clothing, fabric. So if you're indecisive, you've got a few in mind, but you want to see them first, they offer that option as well. So I'm going to filter it down. As I say, I've had a little look on here before. I'm going for the premiums here, which narrows it down to only 36 different fabrics, because I look through these and I think to myself, I don't have many colours in my sort of palette of clothing which are green. Really, green is a colour which I've predominantly steered away from. And when I looked the other day, I saw this nice Buckner colour. As you can see, it's a pure wool, it's a premium product. It's £499 for the basic three-piece suit, and I think it looks fairly decent. I quite like it. It's quite stylish. It's got a hint of green with that nice sort of tartan style, plaid style in the background. So that's the colour that I am going to go for. So now we've decided on our fabric. Now we need to make some decisions about the style of the clothes that we want. So as you can see over here on the left, we have the option of making some selections. We can have a single-breasted, and as you can see, as we make the changes, the avatar of our potential suit changes to meet our needs. So I'm going to go for 2 buttons. It is the classic gentleman's style. If you wanted to step back in time, you could go for the 3 button. But for me, I think single-breasted is where I want to be. Now, looking down, we can alter our jacket lapels. We can have a peak lapel. Not really for me. The shawl lapel, no, maybe in other parts of the world, but here in the UK, the notch lapel is pretty much the standard. Again, many choices to alter what we're looking at here. I should say that depending on what suit and what fabric you choose, to a degree, it does alter the amount of personalization. You can have double-breasted, you can have various other different styles as well. But for me, I'm very happy with this single-breasted sort of three-piece suit. When it comes to your trousers, you have a number of options here too. You can have, excuse me, you can have no pleats at all if you're going for the sort of modern, clean look. Pleated for the more, perhaps relaxed style. Even double pleats if you want to really throw them in there. I'm going to go for pleated. My default style is normally no pleats, but because this is, an opportunity to try something new, I think I'm going to go with pleated. I'm definitely going for a waistcoat. So again, a number of choices available here. Single-breasted with 4 buttons, 5 buttons. You can even have a double-breasted waistcoat. And then there are even the choices of with lapels or without lapels, should you wish to add those, as I say, those little nuances entirely. Now we've chosen our fabric. we've looked at our style. Now we need to look at the accents, and this is where you can really tune in those incredible little alterations to your suit. Let's have a look. So you can have the standard lining in your suit, or you can have a choice. You can look through the selection here and make a choice. So I'm going to go for Doran. Now, of course, as you make these alterations, as you can imagine, this is adding a certain amount of extra cost to your item. So for me, I've just added £16 onto the bill because I've decided to go for that sort of customized interior. Now, we have done quite a significant amount of customization to what is essentially a standard three-piece suit, pretty ordinary. As you can see, our price is now £524, and we are in a position to place an order. At this point, you can even opt for an extra pair of trousers at a reduced price, just so that you have that option of the versatility of having two pairs of slacks to go with your suit, because your trousers tend to wear out faster than the jacket. So now we come to the point where we need to make some measurements. Now, Hockerty is obviously a custom clothier. They're going to make this item specific to us. It is going to fit us exactly, and to achieve that we need to provide them with as much information as possible. We need to put in our height, we need to put in our weight, and this is a time not for underplaying one's exact proportions. If you are 5'6" and yet you've been telling people you're 5'8", you can tell the truth to Hockerty, because otherwise the garment isn't going to fit. The same goes for your weight. If you've taken £10 off your weight, when you tell people your weight, this is where you need to tell the truth if you want to get the item to fit you correctly. There are many measurements now which we need to undertake to make sure that our clothing will fit us properly. Thankfully, Hockerty have provided us for each measurement which we need to take. There is a short YouTube video explaining how it is to be done and the way that they expect that measurement to be taken. It's a two-person job, by the way, so when we come to this stage, you want to make sure you've got somebody with you who can assist in this measuring process if you want to get the job done right. Okay, so there we have it. We have now produced a customized suit ready on the Hockerty portal, and I am about to order it, send it off, and look forward to see what turns up quite some time down the road. I guess it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks, and it'll have to be shipped from wherever they're made. So, if you are aiming to make this purchase for a special occasion, a wedding, a birthday event, you need to do this way ahead of time to make sure you get it right. Hockerty also have a perfect fit guarantee, which is something I think we'll come to when our item arrives, because there may need to be some little alterations and little nips and tucks done to get it to fit just perfectly. I fully expect that to be the case. You can't expect them to create the perfect item based on just a number of measurements and some height and weight. So we'll talk about that when they come. How did I find the process of ordering it? I found it really straightforward. I thought the number of options and choices open to me left me more than enough lateral room to make some decisions and to introduce my personal style into the item, which is going to be on its way to me right now. So there we go. The next time we meet, I will be wearing my new Hockerty suit. Well, hello. How the time has flown. Actually, for me, it's been about 6 weeks since we last spoke, and my suit has arrived. In fact, it arrived quite some time ago, but it needed just a few nips and tucks to get it looking exactly the way I wanted. So, first of all, everything arrived as expected. Everything that I asked for online through that portal transformed itself into this wonderful suit which I'm currently wearing. As you can see, lovely waistcoat, lovely jacket, trousers, all looked rather good. So how did it fit when I put it on? Well, I did have a bit of an issue, because I have to say, when I wear my clothing, I don't like suits hyper tight. You know, the fashion of the early 2000s was to have men having their suits sort of looking as if they were fit to burst. That's not my style at all. I like to have a bit of comfort and a bit of room in my garment. So when taking my measurements, I did allow a little bit extra in the measurements. Unfortunately, when my suit turned up, that meant that there was quite a bit of extra space, particularly in the waistband of the trousers and the seat of the trousers, also in the leg of the trousers, and the waistcoat was a little baggy too, which was actually a great opportunity for me to try out the Hockerty perfect fit guarantee, which was great. So there are 3 options you get when you've ordered your garment and it doesn't fit perfectly. The first option is the most drastic. If it's an absolute abomination and it's not going to fit even with some alterations, they will guarantee that they will remake the garment for you from scratch. So that wasn't necessary for me. We only need a few nips and tucks. Then you've got the other 2 options, which is A, either take the garment to your normal tailor and then pay for the alterations up to the value of 25% of the overall cost of your garment. So let's remember this garment cost over £500, so that would allow me to spend something like £125 in alterations to this garment. It was never going to cost anything like that, so we weren't going to have a problem there. So you can either do that, take it to your normal tailor and be reimbursed, and they promise they will reimburse you within 72 hours of you presenting the bill to them. Or the other option is to contact Hockerty, tell them you want some alterations, and they will let you know of any local tailors they have on their list of approved tailors. All you then need to do is take your job number that Hockerty will provide to you to the tailor, get the alterations done, and you don't need to be concerned about any money whatsoever. That's all taken care of by Hockerty. And that's what I did. So when I contacted Hockerty, they put me in touch with a tailor in the local city to me, which is Bristol. I tripped along there and the tailor fabulously re-altered my garment, as one might expect. You know, when you have something done made to measure over a great distance, it's never going to be perfect, and I found it quite reassuring that Hockerty have this range of alteration strategies which are bound to be there to fit your needs. Okay, now you've seen the suit, I expect you'd like to know my overall thoughts of the Hockerty experience, and I would have to say straight off the bat, it's pretty good. From the beginning, the ordering process online, easy, straightforward. I got exactly what I wanted. It was a nice, easy to navigate process. When it turned up, it took about 3 weeks after I placed the order for it to arrive. It was packaged beautifully. It all looked great. And the material, the fabric of the suit is exactly as it was represented on the website. There were no surprises. It looked good. I'm more than happy with that. When it didn't fit perfectly, well, I take that on the chin. That was me and the measuring process. I was trying to factor in my personal taste, but actually it didn't work too well and it was a bit too big. When I contacted Hockerty and I took advantage of their perfect fit guarantee, I took it to their tailor. They did a fantastic job. I am more than happy on that front. So all in all, I've been very pleased with the Hockerty process, the ordering of the garment, the building of the garment online, its delivery, and the whole process from putting it into that website to putting it on my back worked very well. The ultimate question is, would I have another garment from Hockerty? And the answer is going to be yes. You know, there are things that I would like to try, like outerwear. They do a magnificent selection of outerwear on there. But the thing that's going to draw people back, I think, is that customization. Because ultimately, you know, this is a £500 suit. I could walk into a very high-end store and get a suit which fits very well, a very well-made suit, or I can get it tailored, and it's not going to be much different to this. So the reason why I'm going to be drawn to the customization process is because of that, the personalization, the fact that I can get exactly what I desire in the suit because I have built it from scratch and it has been made specifically for me. That is where your money is when you're buying something from an online made-to-measure provider like Hockerty. You know, so if you're balancing it up against going into a store and spending a similar amount of money or buying it from Hockerty, the side that you come down on, where I think will be weighed up with you like the customization process. So that's what I think really. All in all, I think you'll agree, it is a smart, comfortable business suit. It looks rather splendid. It's unlike anything I have in my wardrobe, and I'm delighted that I've been able to collaborate with Hockerty in the making of this video. I should say that they have provided this suit free of charge, but they have made no control over the things that I've said at all. So everything you've heard is entirely my opinion. Now, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, I would be delighted if you gave us a thumbs up and even click that subscribe button as well. It would be great to have you along for the ride at the Chap's Guide. And if you'd like to offer some more practical support to the channel, of course, you can buy me a coffee. If you go to the show notes below, you will find a link to the Buy Me a Coffee website. I'd be delighted to share a coffee with you, and that would help greatly in future content. So until the next time, wear your suit with style and panache, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.